Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought I would share with you my laundry routine. With 5 of us in this house, laundry is pretty much my nemesis, and even though I try to do a load a day to stay on top of it, it was just a disaster. I wasn't managing the laundry well, and I was making a lot of mistakes that was just making more work for me. So I have a few tips and tricks that I use now with my laundry routine that not only makes things smoother, but my clothes are lasting longer and they're looking better. So I wanted to share those with you right now.
My first tip I recommend is doing a load a day. I cannot tell you how much this helps. So I grab a laundry basket and I go around the house and I fill it obviously with dirty clothes. And then once I get to the laundry room, I refresh the stuff that's in the dryer. Listen, nobody's perfect. I always have to refresh the stuff that I've left in the dryer. And while that's refreshing, I sort the dirty clothes that I've just brought down. And this is such a life changer. I never used to do this, you guys. I just threw them all in the one load right in. You don't have to use this system. You can use canvas bags. You can buy a laundry sorter system. You can, just use laundry baskets on the floor, pillowcases, whatever it takes, but sort the laundry into darks, colors, and whites. I just got all of these bags, including this little, delicate bag, everything from the dollar store. I also keep the stain remover close by, so while I'm sorting, if I see a stain, I can just take a few seconds and treat it. And this doesn't take very long to sort, and I'm telling you, my clothes look so much better, and because it's hung on the wall, it's not taking up a lot of space at all, and I can wait until one of the bags is full and then throw that in and adjust the temperature of the water accordingly. Life changing. You have to set up a laundry system. By the time I'm done sorting, the refreshed stuff is ready and wrinkle-free. That is my next tip, is taking that fresh, wrinkle-free, warm clothing and folding it immediately. Whether you're using a folding table, I have one that my husband built for me here, or you're using the floor, your coffee table, the couch, it really doesn't matter. Just take those few seconds to fold them immediately. I never used to do this. I'm so embarrassed. I used to just throw the clean clothes in a basket and then dump it on my bed. And what I had was a bunch of wrinkly, clean clothes all the time. And now I take a second to fold them. And this is my next tip. Once those clothes are folded, I sort them into rooms. So I have one for my daughters, one for Milo, one for bedding, one for towels. You're sort of getting the idea. And then that way, I don't have to put those baskets away until they're full. Sometimes when I do a load of laundry, they have mixed things in them. So I just use these little clips. They're actually just, clothes pegs to label the baskets, and that way while I'm folding, I can just sort into the appropriate basket. Bedding, towels, my clothes, the kids' clothes, whatever. And if I come across lost socks, I put them in the lost sock bag, which is located right beside it. And gone are the days of clean, wrinkly clothes just in piles everywhere. I have a really great designated spot. So whatever your system is going to look like, whether it's a custom-made piece or just a shelf, or like I said, laundry baskets on the floor, having a spot to store your clean clothes until you have a chance to put it away, and taking the time to set up a dirty, clean clothes sorting system is so amazing. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. My next quick tip, I know I've shared this before, but I'm just so in love with it that I can't stop, is these homemade dryer sheets, I guess. They're not really dryer sheets, but you add 6 cups of water to 1 cup of fabric softener, and instead of using dryer sheets or remembering the fabric softener, just toss that in the dryer for each load, and at the end, just dunk it back in the solution. Inexpensive and really works. Any of the printables you've seen, including this one, I have a couple of more, including the lost sock bag and different ones, you can download for free. I'm going to put the link to those below.
So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm hoping you're feeling inspired maybe to use a couple of these techniques, even if you have to modify it based on your space. You don't have enough space to have all of the stuff. You could use a few of the little tips and tricks to make your laundry a little less of a pain in the butt. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Hey you guys, thank you so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. Tomorrow is Easter, and happy Easter to all of you. I wanted to talk about the Easter Bunny for just a second, and the Easter Bunny causes some fights, not fights, but definitely like headbutting between my husband and I. because my husband believes that the Easter Bunny should only bring like chocolate, candy, and maybe like a skipping rope. And I'm of the belief that the Easter Bunny should bring something a little bit cooler. And a couple of years ago, the Easter Bunny was super bad and brought a trampoline without discussing it with Joe, and Joe was really mad. And that was hilarious. But the problem with that is that now the kids sort of, they're like, I want an iPad. That's what Abby said this year. She's gonna ask the Easter Bunny for an iPad. And I was like, are you crazy? Like, the Easter Bunny doesn't bring stuff like that. And then she was like, well, a couple of years ago, you know, we brought a trampoline. So, oh, you could set a precedent, right? Like, set the bar low. You have little kids, you ask the Easter Bunny to set the bar really low because they remember, right? And the Easter Bunny will go broke if he has to bring a freaking something cool every year. But I'm curious what the Easter Bunny brings to your house. Is it just like the traditional chocolate and candy, or is there a gift too? We try to do just outdoor. The Easter Bunny tries to just bring like outdoor stuff, but anywho's, I'm gonna share on my social media what the Easter Bunny's bringing to this house. Well, we'll see tomorrow, and I will post pictures on Facebook and Instagram. When I was a kid, I got super duper crazy spoiled at basically every occasion because my parents were divorced. They got divorced when I was really little. I was 2, and it was like an epic battle for my love. So pretty much no. What it was they were sort of like fighting by buying me stuff. Does that make sense? Or like doing stuff. I think my dad was just probably doing it because he didn't see me very often, but then my mom would get like resentful or something and like have to do it too. So it was like, Dad takes me to Disneyland, Mom's taking me to Disneyland for 2 weeks. Or like, you know, Dad bought me a bike, Mom buys me a moped. It was crazy. Sometimes it went the other way too. It was just, to say I was spoiled is pretty much an understatement. And that's not good, right? You just grow up to just think that like, I left home and was like, what? Money doesn't grow on trees? I'm not gonna just be showered with things just for being awesome? No, life doesn't work that way at all. And it was a rude awakening, so don't do that to your children. It's hilarious. So I don't want to spoil my kids like that, and I really try not to. And I hope the Easter Bunny doesn't spoil them either. But I struggle to just do the bubble thing, especially now that it's been blown. So I'm curious, I want to know what sort of things the Easter Bunny brings to you guys and what they brought to you as a kid. And if you're a child of divorce, I mean, it wasn't sad for me to be a child of divorce because it was like, I was like 9 months when they separated. So it's all I ever knew, and they both got remarried, and so I just grew up with 2 families, and that's just what I knew. And I mean, it's twice the love, it's twice the presents, it's just twice the awesomeness. And so I mean, that was my normal back then. So, you know, spoiled. I was spoiled rotten. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.